Well, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. Um, so we're gonna redo this Walmart grocery shopping video because the audio was so bad that I couldn't even rewatch it myself. But thanks to those who reached out and let me know that it was a very helpful video because it lets me know to redo it again. So I really just want to show people that you can absolutely make the right choices, eat healthy, but more also to the point is that the cards are kind of stacked against us. You know, our agricultural system, without getting too political, it's just we have a we're fed by a food industry that pays no attention but to health, and we're healed by a health industry that pays no attention to food. That's a quote by Mark Hyman, and I totally agree with it. I think a lot of the things are stripped of fiber or essential nutrients, or even in our mass farming, we kill the nutrients in the soil, and some things that you're eating are dense calories, or some things that you're eating are just so rich in sugars and not enough fiber, so they don't aid in digestion, actually cause more problems and inflammation and leaky gut and manifest in joint pain and autoimmune disease and brain fog and low energy, low libido. So I want to show you really how you can uh, get back in the driver's seat and take your health back in your own hands. And I think it does start by knowing what to buy and what to put in your house, and out of sight, out of mind sometimes. So we're going to start with the perimeter in the produce section first. I'm actually going to do a little grocery shop myself. And I think Walmart's the best place to start because they're so readily accessible throughout the country. Um, and even if we're going to start here at the section that we first see when we walk in, some of these salsas are just made with tomatoes, onions, cilantro, salt water, lemon oil, garlic. It's a really great option. Um, you know, I would probably avoid the deli meats. A lot of these are high in nitrates and sodium phosphate. See, it's right there. We don't need that stuff in our body. And then we come over, grab some peppers. So I like to prep these for breakfast. I like to just chop them up, have them diced in a container, and then I can throw them on a pan with some onions and some eggs and make myself breakfast, a fresh breakfast in like 15 minutes. So it doesn't take up that much time either. And really, anything's fair game in the vegetable produce section. Um, there are certain things that are richer in lectins, which are can be inflammatory to the gut, but there's also a small organic section here, which it doesn't truly make or break you if you have to buy organic versus non-organic. In the good, better, best scenario, sure, you'd get all organic, but at the same time, inorganic just is different laws and regulations about the chemicals that you can use in the process of harvesting or planting in their grow period. And as long as you rinse your vegetables, you'll be fine. Bananas, I like to pick ones that are a little greener, usually a little greener than this, because they're going to be more of a fiber than the sugar content. The more they ripen, the more sugar they're going to have in them. Um, and let's get some asparagus. Always a good option for dinner. Let's see. Love me some broccoli. So let's grab some broccoli. I always like to get fresh veggies, so you don't have to stock up too much. Put over here. It's just personal preference. I'm a big citrus person, so I like to get these oranges. There are some of these that you'll see on the back here that'll say like coated with a food grade resin or vegetable wax. That's totally fine. But then there are others that say, oh, maybe not in here. Oh, that's good. It was. Oh, okay. Not a problem then, because I remember reading something in one of these that was like, could be a certain chemical could be in it too, but apparently you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, all these are pretty fair game. A diet rich in fruits and vegetables is going to go a long way. Everyone always talks about the sugar content, but really the problem with the sugar content is lack of fiber. So in all of nature, everything that you find that has sugar in it also has fiber in it. That because that fiber helps coat that sugar in helping your digestion not get any problems or inflammation from too much sugar in your system. Like those blueberries into my shakes, maybe some raspberries for the wife, and some strawberries for the girls. When you're buying organic, you just have to really make sure that you're looking at fresh things because they're going to go bad quicker because they're not rich in preservatives. So I would just make sure that they're not already rotten when I grab them. The classic line of uh, a rotten apple spoils the bunch. It's very true. Like once you see one rotten blueberry in that container, it's going to spread really quickly. So you can also just, when you get home the next day, you see one rotting, take it out. Again, what I love about Walmart is it's really expanded its options and its lines for different healthy products. These are Olipops. I was actually just talking to a client today about how she had one for the first time, and she had to make sure there was a bathroom close by because it really it worked essentially. But this is a great option for you if you're someone who is struggling with gut issues, bloating, pain, not going to the bathroom frequently. This can help you get regular because it is rich in probiotics. But more to the point, this would be more like a like quicker fix. But more to the point would be to make sure you're just consuming enough fiber in your diet. Coming over here, we have a lot of juices, which honestly is just crap. Probably the only good thing here would be, even the lemonade. I mean, it's filtered water, lemon juice, and sugar, and you have 30 grams of sugar per serving. And so there's 6 servings in this, so there's about 180 grams of sugar in this whole container. That's a whole lot of sugar, and it's just added sugar, not natural sugar. Again, with the fiber in it. So you're better off just making your own stuff at home, because this is kind of the reason why juicing is never actually a beneficial piece, because we're taking this fresh fruit and we're squeezing all the water and sugar out of it, and we're getting rid of the pulp and the fiber and all the good nutrients that we could have for our gut and our system. No, do it the opposite way. Juice, and then take what is left over and make a smoothie with that. That's all that really good vitamin, mineral dense material. Looking at yogurts, I'm definitely a big fan of coconut milk yogurt. I know there's a lot of people out there who promote Greek yogurt, but anything that comes from milk, if we're splitting hairs here, there are actually really 2 types of cows essentially. One has an A1 casein protein and one has an A2 casein protein. And it's the A1 casein protein that is inflammatory to our gut. So it's not actually the lactose itself. It's just the dairy product itself. And you're just going to be better off, again, covering all your bases to make sure you're eliminating as much potential for inflammation or gut damage. To try these coconut milk yogurts. And they're $1.50 a piece, 130 calorie cup. It's a really good like post-workout or pre-workout snack. And then coming over to eggs, we did this last time. Cage-free just really means they have to be in an environment where the door is open for a certain period of the day. It doesn't mean they actually have to get out of the cage. They still don't live in the best conditions. Just thinking of the chickens, thinking of the quality of egg they're going to produce. You're only as good as what you ate essentially, or how you eat, what you eat, live. So always look for the pasture raised. They're going to be a couple dollars more, but hey, you're investing in your health here. So that's a really good brand to go with. And we're really going to stay away from the aisles as much as possible because there's really not too much to see here. You want to try to say the perimeter. Again, that's like the fresh produce. That's your meats and milk products, yogurts, and then the freezer section. But we will go down a few select aisles just to show you a few options for things that do exist. But here you go is probably the best milk to go with, best alternative milk to go with is the coconut milk because it is really a true milk from the coconut. A lot of other of these other ones like soy or cashew or almond or oat, I mean, they're just running water over these things and then adding different ingredients to make them fillers. Like carrageenan is another one, which is highly inflammatory. So I'd avoid all that crap at all costs and just go with your coconut milk. Or if you see the A2 milk, that's another great one. Oh, my assistant saw that. That's right. Okay, so the A2 milk is here at Walmart. Another amazing thing. And I think wow, they even have an A2 chocolate milk, which I'm not going to lie, that is my Achilles heel is chocolate. But hey, stick to the A2 regular milk. Be careful. If it's your first time trying it, be careful with it because you're going to notice probably reestablish some good gut bacteria and balance, and you might have to go to the bathroom. But it's a good thing. Kind of clears you out. So this is probably the first aisle I want to go down. Addressing mayo and sauces. It's really sneaky to get fats into our diet. Like we have 4 calories per gram in a carbohydrate, 4 calories per gram in a protein, in 1 gram of protein, but 9 calories per gram in a gram of 9 calories per gram in a fat. So, and the other side of that is a lot of these are soybean oil, canola oil, another highly inflammatory compound that is an omega-6 fatty acid versus an omega-3 fatty acid. So you're trying to pick healthier things like an avocado oil, an avocado-based mayonnaise. This is by Primal Kitchen. I love this guy, Mark Sisson. He's really all about high quality, real ingredient food without making any compromise. That's a little bit more expensive again than your standard mayo, but again, you get what you pay for. But look at that ingredient list: avocado oil, organic eggs, organic egg yolks, vinegar, sea salt, rosemary. Done. You know, I mean, versus like even that one's avocado oil, but then chickpeas. Okay, this is actually a pretty good one too. That Chosen Foods is pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, water, canola oil, soybean oil, modified food starch. Not your best go-to. Over here, mustards are generally fair game. Typically just distilled water, mustard seed, salt. This one has wine in it. Interesting. And then spices and turmeric. So mustard's another great way to add some flavor and some pizzazz to your meals. Let's come over here for a second. So again, I know a lot of people love salad dressings. That Primal Kitchen is a great company that makes tons of different salad dressings, but not here at Walmart yet. But if you look at this one's avocado oil and apple cider vinegar based. First 2 ingredients. So I really like that. It's that Chosen Foods that we just found with that mayonnaise. Yeah, sunflower oil, sesame oil, soybean oil. Not the best. But you're splitting hairs at this point, so just really try to do your best with what you got, and always kind of look at like the biggest area of opportunity. So if your biggest area of opportunity is like you eat really poor dinners, or you eat like ready-made, freezer-made, preservative-packed lunches, then start there. So always just try to cover your bases and starting small and thinking of things that you're going to be able to do consistently. Because that's really the name of the game, is what can you do consistently, and that will lead you to the compound effect, which is going to help you really harness those good results you're looking for to just get your whole body working together. You know, the classic idea is just getting synergy across the board through your metabolism, through your hormones, energy production, digestion, all of these different systems. If I'm looking at tomatoes from Italian, I love me some Italian sauce, or even just any Italian dish really in general. I love getting this Pomi brand. Really great chopped tomatoes, strained tomatoes. Really try to avoid out of a can best you can. Some of that metal actually does leach into the food itself. And we are at ketchup and barbecue sauce. Oh, Barbecue sauce, perfect. Primal Kitchen, again, here they are, showing their faces. You got teriyaki, Hawaiian barbecue, Korean style, buffaloes. Really good options here, guys. And then ketchup, same thing. It's that Primal Kitchen brand. Organic tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, white wine vinegar. Short ingredient list, no high fructose corn syrup. That's what you're looking for here. Or even some of the Heinz are no artificial sweeteners. But then some of the other Heinz you got to watch out. They'll have the high fructose corn syrup in it. That's what you want to avoid. Avoid high fructose corn syrup and avoid corn syrup. Again, it's stripped of its fiber. Let's come over this way. Do you love me some Mexican food? I like using these taco seasoning packets, but these particularly have cornstarch in them. Again, stripped of its fiber, corn stripped of its fiber. So this is a better one to go with. The Siete brand. Chili powder, sea salt, ground dates, tomato powder, solid.
Love you. Bye.
Looking at tuna, you want chunk light. It typically has the lower mercury content in it. And then something like here would be probably my favorite. This wild yellowfin tuna. It's about $2 a pouch. I like that it doesn't come in the cans, so I don't have to worry about the metal leaching into it. And yeah, this is a really good go-to meal / lunch or quick dinner. You know, it's so easy to mix this up with our Primal Kitchen mayonnaise, maybe some pickles, a little bit of mustard, and yeah, that's a kind of a complete meal there. Maybe throw some vegetables onto the side. I think that's about it for this aisle. I mean, again, in the good, better, best scenario, you get all fresh vegetables. That's your best. Better would be frozen vegetables, and good would be some canned vegetables. At least you're getting some vegetables in you. Oh, the oils and spices. All right. Olive oil. So, a couple of things are heavily pesticide use would be olive oil, coffee, um, and grains. Those would be probably the top that are so heavily used in herbicides and pesticides. So you do want to look for organic over here. You want to avoid those chemicals as much as possible. I like, again, I'm a big Italian or Spain guy here for imported. This is a good one. This is a good one. This Calavita is good. And then even avocado oil is pretty good. It's kind of more on the expensive side, but I do like this company. I do use that actually to saute with it, run my food at the end. Coconut oil is another great fat, but this is what you want to avoid. Avoid all this vegetable oil, corn oil, canola oil. It's just garbage, honestly. And there's really not much else. Oh, all right. This is my ace up my sleeve. This is in the Walmart. It's in a little like organic section. But Nature's strawberries, hyper dried fresh fruit, and dark chocolate. Good little go-to snack. Throw them in the freezer. Have a couple after dinner. If you're, especially if you're someone like me who has that Achilles heel, you gotta feel that fix sometimes. Like food is our life source, so you don't want to like cut off all joy of living. We just want to be smart and be doing all the things that are going to improve your health and not deter it in the long run. But so over here, gluten-free mixes, and I've tried these myself. And someone who has ulcerative colitis can tell you that I don't get any inflammation from having a couple of these gluten-free cookies. This is another good brand. If you're looking for cookie mix, just gluten-free flour, tapioca starch, coconut flour, flaxseed meal, butternut squash. This is a good go-to. And I think, yeah, that's going to be it for this aisle. Let's come back over here. Did you see it? Oh, yeah, let's talk about syrup. Because a lot of syrup has high fructose corn syrup in it. Uh, you want to go with a true maple syrup. You only really want one ingredient. Maybe there's some sea salt in it, but you want true maple syrup. Again, you're going to pay a little bit more than your log cabin or whatever your other brands, but it's just corn syrup. And look, this is how badly these food companies are trying to confuse us. Oh, no high fructose corn syrup. Must be great. First ingredient, corn syrup. How do they get away with this? How are they literally allowed to sell that and be like, oh, on the front, no high fructose corn syrup? It's like literally the the um the labels are no longer used to inform us. They're used to like trick us. And let's come back at Walmart, the cereal aisle, garbage. So over here, real wood smoked bacon, no crazy ingredient list. This is probably your best bet in terms of bacon here, but I would probably put that on the good side of that good, better, best scenario because there's way better bacon. That's produced by Tyson Food Companies also, which there's a lot of controversy over Tyson, the way they produce their chickens and stuff. But you can get great, no added hormones, no antibiotics, or fed animal byproduct, no antibiotics ever, fed all vegetarian diet, all natural, no added steroids. Great chicken, great price. I do the same thing over here for their ground chicken. It's like $4, $5 a container. Really fresh ground turkey. No, here's one. Here's turkey raised with no antibiotics ever. And the problem with just all the antibiotics and hormones pumped in our meat is, again, you're only as good as what you ate or consumed, and then it becomes in our bloodstream, in our gut, and then our immune system's operating, and then our immune system's operating 24/7, and then we reach like chronic inflammation and other health issues because our immune system can't do its job because it never got a rest, never got a break. Good quality Wagyu beef, ground bison, only like $6, $7 a container. Really great options there if you like to make some ground beef burgers, and even even good over here. They have some wild caught salmon. A little bit expensive, but again, you get what you pay for. And you do typically want wild caught over farm raised. That is true. And there's one thing I wanted to show you guys that I did in the last video that I want to make sure I included in this one. Oh, not there. Oh, maybe it was down here. A lot of times our bodies are depleted on electrolytes, and that's why we can crave things like sugars and sodas and juices, because there is an extent to which that is energizing us. But this is my little trick. This is $8, so $1 per packet, and it's a Pedialyte powder. So this is like a electrolyte packet that you can throw in your water and add a little bit of flavor to it, but also help it replenish electrolytes if you're using in your workouts or using all day long anyway to just operate. And they even make freezer pop electrolyte ones, and they make the drinks too, which is a really great use if you're like sick or extremely hungover. This is a good ace up my sleeve for that one to help people. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it for Walmart. Honestly, there's probably a few other things, but thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy this. I was someone who I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis in 2017, and the doctors would tell me that I had to take medication and that I would never, find remission on my own, and that maybe eventually I would even need to have surgery. And here I am being talked to by these doctors, like almost felt like scare tactics, but they didn't know any better. They just really think that that's the truth. But then finally I met a doctor who was like 70 years old, 80 years old, and he was telling me all about diet, and that's all we talked about for like an hour, and it was amazing. It blew my mind away, and I realized that I can really control some of this stuff, at least what I'm putting in my body. If you are going bread every now and then, it's no problem for you. I like the sprouted bread, the organic sourdough is good, the organic sprouted bread's good, Dave's Killer bread is good. Those are probably like your three good options for breads. Other than that, avoid breads. Get your fiber and grains, or your fiber and nutrients from, say, some sweet potatoes or white rice or broccoli, carrots, celery, onions. Okay, my last little ace up my sleeve is I do love ice cream, especially on a hot day. This this Kato brand, again, this is at Walmart. Um, Made first ingredient avocado puree, very little sugar. There is 18 grams in 60 grams in this whole container. So that's not bad. So limit yourself, probably a third of this at a time, but good, great. Well, I'm actually going to get some. Actually, I think we have some of them already. But I do try to keep it outside out of mind and just make sure I nibble on a little bit, put a little bit in the bowl. Don't eat the whole container. You definitely can fall into those habits of binge eating. And let's see, there are some other good options here. So I'm going to show you around the corner. Some vegetables, frozen vegetables, frozen fruit, frozen vegetables. Great for smoothies, and especially for someone who likes a cold smoothie. Chopped spinach. And, in a bind, I don't mind some of these plant-based burrito bowls. I really like Applegate chicken strips or breast tenders. That's a really good company. Again, good, better, best scenario. It's not the end of the world if you have to have something frozen in the freezer for like a quick option every now and then when you're short on time, or especially if you're a parent. Here's another one, another great one: chicken tikka masala with basmati rice, and it's a great price too. Chicken raised with no antibiotics, gluten free. Yeah, and the short ingredient list: basmati rice, water, boneless meat, chicken, onions, tomato paste. So this is, again, you can find good options out there. Here's another one, $2 for an organic chicken cilantro and lime burrito. Gluten-free chicken pot pie. So you can totally ball on a budget. And, just to wrap up what I was saying, I had to learn the hard way that what I couldn't eat and what I could eat. And then I figured out that we really can do this stuff. We can eat healthy and we can overcome cravings. We can beat the FDA and beat these food companies that want us to be addicted to their products, and get out of this idea of rob Paul to pay Peter, and get to this point of like inflammation and then cover it up, inflammation and then cover it up and cover up the symptoms. Like, let's get to a point where we're just like at a healing. We're operating from this place where we're healed and everything's firing and working together, and our body's like picking up where it left off. And that's when you finally reach like synergy across your board of your system, when you don't have the brain fog or the irritability from literally irritable bowel syndrome, and you're able to, get the look you want, lose the weight you want, feel how you want to feel, and live your best life. And that's really what I'm about here. And again, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, you need help figuring out a grocery list for yourself, or if you have any suggestions on another store that you'd like a walkthrough done, be more than happy to throw it on the list for future lives. But thanks for watching. Again, Matt Gluckman with Think Fitness Life, mindset, exercise, nutrition. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.